Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Got a great big haul video to share with you today. Please stick around and I'll show you everything that I picked up in the last couple weeks. Alright, so thank you for sticking around. I've got a nice big haul, like I said, to share with you guys. The holidays are quickly approaching, so I have been doing a lot of shopping online and in the stores, the brick and mortar local stores, mostly Target and my local Ross and even Walmart a couple times. So I haven't been as lucky at Walmart this year. So I pretty much have been, I try to buy because I love toys. I love action figures. I do try to pick up the toys for the younger kids in the family, the nieces and nephews, and my son. Right now, one of the nephews is really into Hot Wheels, and another one is into kind of the larger action figures like the He-Man stuff. So I have been looking in sections of the toy aisle that I don't usually go to, and so in turn, I'm also checking for me. And so I did find some good stuff. Let me show you what I picked up at my local Ross. This Ross has been a bit hit or miss. I went actually the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. They usually stock up for Black Friday on that Wednesday because they're closed on Thursday. They open early on Friday. So I went Wednesday and they were stocking up. I didn't really find too many things for the family, but of course I found stuff for myself. A couple of the things I found were this Anakin, this vintage collection Anakin. This one's really good for customizing. There's a good YouTube channel called Toys Are the Way. He does a lot of Star Wars vintage collection. The whole channel is pretty much dedicated to Star Wars vintage collection, and he does some hacks with these. And this figure's really good. The lower body has the really good vintage collection articulation, and if you separate this guy by Boil and Pop, please check out his channel. He goes into it way more in depth than I'm going to right now. But the lower legs fit on a lot of other figures. So if you have a figure with swivel hips and you want to upgrade them, this is a great figure to do that. I've done it several times already. So when I saw this, I knew that I was going to grab it. Now, even if you're not going to do that, this is a pretty darn good Anakin Skywalker. If you don't have this one is pretty darn good. So I got that for $3.99. I've been on the lookout because they have a lot of in my random opening of 118 figures, I did find a Sergeant Stalker there. So this same Ross, I went back and they had one. They had two. They actually had three. And because I am army building this one, and if you watch the video, I explain how I am swapping out heads, the beret, and the weapons with Marauders Task Force stuff to build a small squad of these guys. So when I saw these, again, they were $3.99. I had to pick them up. I couldn't walk away from them. But I did find this one as well. And I am also army building this one. Now, I would have much rather have found three of these and one of these, but that's just the way it happens sometimes. I've gone back to this Ross several times since then and haven't ever found any more of these. So it's one of those things, you just got to grab them when you see them. I've got 4 figures here, $3.99, so it's about 16 bucks. But these are really good figures. This one, the Trooper or the Officer, are really awesome. The only thing I do with these is I do swap out the weapons with the Marauder Task Force, like AK-47. But these require a little bit more because this is a singular character, because this is Stalker with a name and a face, where these are pretty generic grunt troopers. So I am on the lookout for these or the Officer. It's a really good figure. I really enjoyed this line. I was sad to see it go. So those 5 figures there I found at my local Ross while I was looking for the niece and nephews. And I eventually did find a couple things. Some He-Man stuff. What else did I get? I think I got a McFarlane DC figure. A stuffed animal for the niece, a Stitch from Disney's the Lilo and Stitch. and some Hot Wheels and Matchbox stuff. I did find this at a local Target when I was doing just some random shopping, and it's a really good figure. I have a few of them, but it's a really good figure. It's $12.99. This Target that I go to, they're still only $12.99. I know some stores have raised the prices on Vintage Collection, but for some reason, this one Target, it's still $12.99. So I did grab one more of these. I have several Din Djarin in the Morak Imperial driver outfit. It's a good figure. I have tons of vehicles where I can use this guy. I hadn't seen it for a long time, and I actually passed on a Deathwatch Commando or Deathwatch Trooper. I was going to get them both, and I thought, you know, I've army built that one. I don't have as many as of this, so I just grabbed this. So that I also picked up in store. The other items that I picked up in store was this Hammond Collection Metracanthosaurus. This is regular 30 bucks. I found it for 15. It was on clearance, so I grabbed it. I've been eyeing this one for a while. My son and I, you know, we used to collect a lot of dinosaurs. He doesn't as much anymore, and now I do, which is kind of funny. He kind of brought me into the Jurassic World, Jurassic Park sort of toy sphere. But this was, the Hammond Collection is like their best stuff. And I have a few other of the smaller dinosaurs. This is probably the biggest Hammond Collection one I think that I have. But at 15 bucks, this is a really good figure. They don't usually last as long in my area, especially at that price. So I did pick up that for myself. And then the last item that I picked up in store, and I kind of said I wasn't going to collect these anymore, and I passed on it 3 or 4 times. And this last time I just grabbed it. I actually grabbed it with that Metracanthosaurus, and that is the DC Spin Master comic book version of the Blue Beetle. These are $7.99. They're not very expensive, which made it a little bit easier to decide to get. I passed on it, like I said, 3 or 4 times. Felt like it kept calling me because I kept finding it. It was the only of the new wave that I keep finding. So I grabbed it. So we'll see. I kind of told myself I wasn't going to buy any more of the comic book Spin Master stuff. I'm kind of mostly sticking to the movies, and even the movie stuff, I haven't really bought any of the Aquaman stuff. And though I've started to see it, this is the first thing I've bought for a while, except for I did purchase online the Lex Luthor, which I did in that same video for the random opening of 118 figures with that stalker. So I did pick this up. Looks pretty good. We'll see. We'll see. For $7.99, you know, I took a little bit of a risk, but not too much. Now, everything else here I got online. I've got some pre-orders, and then a couple things that I ordered. Let me talk about these really quick. So last year, I've noticed, and so I've been really paying close attention, and I'm checking like almost every day now, is that the Joy Toy stuff on AliExpress now, it really goes to clearance. You know, there's so many different sellers on AliExpress, and Joy Toy is so abundant, I think, back east or in the Far East. I found really, really good deals around this time last year, mostly with the Battle of the Stars figures. They got down to as low as like $14 and $17. And so I've been really keeping an eye on AliExpress for Joy Toy figures. And I found a couple that were really good deals. One was this figure 4 from the Army Builder promotion packs. I do have one of these already. It's a really good figure. It was $17 free shipping, but that's about the price. I think it was around $20 or so when it came out. But these have gotten a little bit harder to find. There's certain ones that have lingered around, and there's certain ones that are just gone now, or they're really, really expensive. Double, triple the price that they were when they came out. I thought for $17 it was a good deal, free shipping. I ordered it. It came about 2 or 3 weeks later. The other item that I got off of AliExpress, taking advantage again of those sales, was another of the Cult of San Reja Logan figures. This guy was, I think, $21, which is pretty good for this figure. I've kind of decided, because I've seen that most of the Sanreja figures have been discounted in clearance. I might build up a small little squad or a little army. Not, I don't want to say army. I think I have one of every one, but I might get 2 or 3 of certain ones like this. Maybe not the females as much, except for Allie. But this guy, he was down to 21, and I think the other one, I think it's Neil. I'm probably going to grab another one of those Neils if he gets down to $20 as well. Now, I did order an Allie, and I also ordered another Boyang Fang, and both of those got lost in transit. So I've started a claim with the seller on AliExpress, but I have to wait. But I did have 2 more figures that I found really cheap. I think the Boyang Fang was like $18, and that's a really, really good figure if you guys have it, or actually I have one right here that I've stripped down and used for custom stuff. But that's why I wanted another one, because this one here I took apart. I took his weapons, a lot of his gear, and he was down to 17 bucks, and he's a great figure. So I ordered another one of those, but he got lost. So I'm waiting for the outcome of that claim, but I'm probably going to order another one because they are so cheap now. So that's a really good deal. I think the Gregson, which is kind of like the army guy that was in the same wave as him, is also on sale. So I'm probably going to try to grab one of those. And the Allie was the Cult of Sanreja girl that had the bunny rabbit with the dynamite. I do have 2 of those. One, I broke the wrist on one of them trying to switch out the hands. She's down to, I think, about 20 bucks or 21, which is, again, a really good price for a Joy Toy figure, especially one that I already have that I know is of really good quality and really good figure. The wrist on the Allie, like most of the Joy Toy and Haya, you got to be careful when you popping on and off hands. I broke one. That's the brakes. I'm gonna get another one. I did order a couple items from Dime Novel Legends, and this is part of their, I think it's weird and wacky. They have a subline now. Then it has like the Krampus and Santa Claus. They're starting to come out with a little more Western themed or sub-Western kind of line. And I picked up the Michael Hall First Sergeant. I guess this Michael Hall is the guy that voiced the Duke in the old Sunbow cartoon for G.I. Joe. And so this character is in those old Duke colors, which is really cool. These were limited to about 2,000 a piece. So I ordered 3 of them. What's cool about their website, if you go to Dime Novel Legends Chicken Fried Toys website, they do tell you how many are left, a lot like Marauders, like how many are left. And when I checked, there was under 900 left. And that was maybe 2 weeks ago. So these are going to sell out, I think, eventually. It looks like a good figure. I'm really interested to see Dime Novel Legends get into non-Western figures, so to speak. This, to me, is almost just like a soldier. It's like a G.I. Joe, and it is kind of based on a G.I. Joe, at least color-wise, and it does look like it's sort of a World War II uniform, but with a little bit brighter colors. So it'll be interesting. I did order some of the Joy Toy World War II U.S. soldiers that are up for pre-order now. It'll be interesting to kind of see how these look with him, even though the colors will be off a bit. Because I got 3, I did want to swap out a couple of the heads, so I did buy their 2-pack of heads, and these are the, I always forget their names, Robert Redford, and I always forget his name, but this is basically the Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid, if you've ever seen that movie. It's a really good movie if you haven't seen it, but the old Western, but I got the 2 heads pack. This was $10, $5 a head. I'm going to swap out 2 of the heads so that I have 3 unique characters. I'll have an extra head that I can use for something else. I actually have 2. But that I pre-ordered, or I didn't pre-order, I actually ordered it right off their site on Instagram. They announced that they had the figures and they were in stock, but limited to 2,000. So I went ahead and grabbed these 3. So I got those online. And let's see. The only things that I bought for Black Friday and Cyber Monday for myself, so again, someone on Instagram said, hey, there's a deal on these clones on Amazon. So I went and picked up Phase 1 Clone Trooper 4-pack. These were originally only on Hasbro Pulse, and I wasn't sure when I ordered them. They were down to about $32 for 4 figures, which is a good price because I think originally these were 50 or 60. I can't quite remember. But you could only get them on Hasbro. So I'm not sure if I bought these off of Amazon through the Hasbro store. I didn't look to see who the seller was, is what I mean. But it was a really good deal, I thought, for these 4. This is the skinnier of the clones. I like the skinny clone. It reminds me a lot of the Attack of the Clones, when all the clones were CGI. They did look a little bit skinny to me, and in the Clone Wars cartoon. I know a lot of people doesn't like the buck for this, but I do. And I thought at $32 it was a good deal, so I went ahead and got these off Amazon. The other item I got off of Amazon, and I heard about it on Rad Toys. If you guys follow Rad Toys on Instagram and YouTube, he does a lot of live streams with some of his world building, the World Building Consortium, his like buddies that do 118 world building. And Outer Multiverse, I think was who it was. When they asked him about things that he ordered, he mentioned that he ordered this and that it was on sale for $22 on Amazon. I had already been eyeing it in the store, but I think it's $45 to $50 at retail. And that is the Young Jedi Crimson Firehawk. And I know a lot of people got this. It does fit 118 3.75 figures. I know a lot of people are going to take it apart and paint it and customize it. I don't think I'm going to do that, but I am going to, put my figures in it. Amazon, I covered up my address and name and stuff there, but I've noticed that Amazon lately has just been putting a sticker right on these boxes and, leaving them. There was another item that I got. They don't even bother to put them in the brown mailer anymore. So this was just left on my doorstep, just like this, and there was the tag. But this was $22. I think that's a really good deal for a vehicle this size. It does also come with a little droid in there that I'll probably use, but not so much the figure, but the droid there. But it's $22. It might still be. I'm not quite sure when this video will come out, but that's something I would check on Amazon because I know at Target it's at least $45. All right, the last couple items here, they're all Star Wars. They're all pre-orders. They all came from Amazon, and they all came in right after I paid a really big Amazon bill for my last pre-orders, and now I've got another bill. These were really good deals. These, they did price match, but they're still, unlike the Target that I mentioned earlier at $12.99, these are a little bit more expensive. But let me show you what I got here. I got a couple Pre-Vizslas. I did have a third one that I gave to my son that he opened already. I did get my Darth Revan's. Again, I gave my son the third one. So I have touched these out of packaging, but they're his, and he took them with him, so I don't have them here with me. I don't know why I did this, but I ordered separately another HK Assassin Droid. Don't get me wrong, this is a great figure. I'm not sure why I ordered 5 at once or 6 at once, and then a day later I ordered one more. I don't know why. So this came all by itself. I was mentioning to my son as well, out of all the army builders this year that Star Wars did, this might be one of my favorites, or if not the favorite. There's just so much stuff you can do to this one. He's got soft goods, he's got 2 weapons. You can display him with either weapon, with soft goods, without. This one looks fairly easy if you wanted to put a wash over him or use an acrylic pen and just kind of modify him a little bit to customize him. But this is a great little figure. But I just randomly had one more. I got my Director Krennic finally. Again, I gave one to the kid. And then I got my Choppers. And they came out, they're really nice too. He also, all these he's opened, so I have seen them and sort of played with them a little bit. Now, what's missing from my haul here is my Harrison doulas. They've been delayed so many times now. I'm not sure why. I don't know if that figure's extra hard to get, but Amazon actually sent me another email saying they're delayed again. Do you still want them? Respond to this email by this time or we're going to cancel them. So of course I responded. I think they're coming this week. I really don't know. I think this is the third time now they've been delayed. So that's what's missing from this haul. Hopefully I'll have them soon. There is a couple of them coming. But that's what's missing. But that's my haul, guys. A lot of stuff, a lot of good stuff on discount. So there's a lot of sales out there right now. If you're willing to, if you've got the money and you're willing to pick them up, they're there. I'm almost done with my shopping myself, so I don't know how much more I'll be doing to find the deals. And that's kind of what happened, was I was out and about and I can't walk away from a $3.99 figure. I just can't do it. And finding things that over 50 and 60% off is, you've got to strike while it's hot. And so I did. But that's the haul, guys. A lot of stuff. Did you guys pick up any of these? I'm sure some of you did, if you're watching this, or you want to, or you will be soon. But that's the haul. I hope you enjoyed it. Always enjoy sharing this stuff with you guys. The channel is, I'm still having a lot of fun doing these videos. I love talking to you guys and reading your comments and going back and forth with you guys. It's a great time to be a collector. So let's be thankful. And the holidays are coming, so I'm sure a lot of us are going to get some more stuff. So that's it. All right. I will catch you next time, guys. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe.